So I thought we'd talk about slutty sex acts.
Well,
Because of that young boy, he's a teenager, he wrote in and he wanted to know if girls think he's a slut because he goes down on them.
well,
Which is very
girls think he's a good lover if he's doing it well.
Yeah, exactly. Women don't hold oral sex against you.
promise that. But what I want to confirm in here is that I keep getting more and more questions about that are related to the correct way to have sex.
The socially prescribed way, which is penis vagina, which is why we have
It is-
issues with homosexuality.
It is an obsession in this culture.
Which is what type of sex? How would you define
The
that?
penis is going inside the vagina. It's procreative sex, and it is the only one that is sanctioned by the church and the culture. So
the state.
fucking is just fine. But
Anal. Hand
No.
jobs.
Oral?
Mm.
Oh, that's dirty.
Rim jobs. Oh my
Oh,
God.
you're on your way to hell.
I
Or you may be there already.
probably am.
So it's like when you think about oral sex, I had a real prejudice against it.
Really?
I know.
As a young woman?
Yeah, I
You
did.
didn't want it performed on you?
No.
I've heard that from several women.
Manual was fine. That's really what I preferred is manual.
Why was it? What was the problem?
I have traced it back to my mother. She thought that, it's
It's
not
dirty down
No,
there.
the word she used, what it isn't sanitary.
Well, if he can stick his penis in it, he can put his mouth on it.
No, it's too close to your pee hole and your shitter.
Oh, the whole area is kind of...
It's suspect. Now remember, she grew up at a time when toilet paper, they used, newspaper.
When she's working on a farm, yeah, I think it can get
And
a little...
when you had your period, you used rags and you had to wash them out and hang them in the basement.
Well, yeah, if you're a cowboy, I don't think I'd want to blow a cowboy after he's been out on the trail for like a
Well,
couple of days.
There you go. If you've been sitting in the saddle for a while, I mean, that can get pretty raunchy down there. So in her mind, it was like she would go, she'd shudder.
And I think some women, it's like... It's a little pleasure anxiety mixed with body image issues.
Well, then later on when I
Yeah.
found out I was deformed.
You don't want anyone to see your long inner lips.
It's so sad. But
It is
once
sad.
again, everyone, intelligent, grown, and, educated people, they want the husband or the boyfriend, the women, to make them come. That's sex.
I like the comment you made when we were talking about this topic, and you said, well, oral sex makes sense because he's stimulating a woman's phallus, which is her clitoris. So a man has his phallus, and a woman has her phallus.
Yes.
It was so simple the way you said it that I thought, yeah, it's so simple, which is why...
We make love with our phalluses.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the first time I looked in the dictionary and I looked up phallus, and it said very clearly, the male and the female organ for pleasure, sex organ for pleasure. So the clitoris is the woman's phallus, and the penis is the man's phallus.
And that's how we get our pleasure.
Yeah. Now the procreation is for the man is the sperm is in the testicles, but we're not just hanging on and pumping the testicles.
No, exactly. That's how I feel about just doing G-spot stimulation versus clit. You want to do both of them. It's like you don't just stimulate a man's balls.
Nope. You would never.
You would add it. So why can't it be either or? Can it be both?
Because the culture and the church is pushing for procreation. Because that way it's validated by the fact that you might make a baby, and that's what they're hoping for. And so if you don't, and if you're not...
Oh, is that why the Catholics don't like birth control?
Yes. See, it all fits together, doesn't it?
It does. It all fits. And I remember my parents sharing when I was older that they were in this one church and they were preaching that like oral sex was a sin. And I just thought like, wow, God has all that time to keep track of how everyone's using their genitals.
Let's see now. There's little Sally's. There goes. Joe's at it again. Click him off. And Carlin. Oh, that naughty girl.
Oh.
Third time this week.
I just see sex as beautiful, and I don't think any sex act in of itself is wrong or ever could be.
Well, that's when you finally have an open mind and you accept your body and your sexuality. But in the meantime,
And it's expressing intimacy. I want to bring someone pleasure, and I should be able to do that, and it shouldn't be... I don't want anyone telling me what part of you I can't touch, or I can't, caress or suck on or stimulate.
Lick, bite, nibble.
Yeah, I take offense to that. I'm not coloring in the lines.
We both take offense to the fact that we can't diddle any part of our bodies that we want to. And it starts back to the original. Little Billy has a penis and little Mary has a clitoris. And when they play with them, touch them in a very special way, it feels really good. That is the first message every child needs to get.
There you have it. And that's going to be our first instruction with our foundation.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
start putting together for
Yes.
young kids how
Yes.
to conceive of your sex organs and what sex is.
We're trying to push pleasure into the sexual
Lexicon.
format. Perfect.
Wish us luck.
Yeah, hang in with us, please.